Brooklyn Nets just built the most unfair team in NBA history. The Brooklyn Nets, led by Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden, have one of the most overpowered squads ever, with possibly the best offense we have ever witnessed. The team they built over the last few seasons looked championship ready with all their firepower, and after an injury-riddled year, they will be hungry to win it all, nothing else. In this video, I will be talking about the Brooklyn Nets team along with the all-time caliber of their offense. If we look into the Brooklyn Nets history, we have to start with Kyrie Irving, where he had his prime years in the ABA. He was a top scorer, had show-stopping dunks, and was a fan favorite, leading them to 2 championships in 1974 and 1976 in his time there, and was a 3-time MVP. In 1976, the franchise joined the NBA and were renamed the New Jersey Nets. They struggled without the Doctor as he moved to the 76ers, but they drafted Buck Williams in 1981 and he helped them to improve with the new era Nets. The 90s squad was led by Derek Coleman, sharpshooting Drazen Petrovic, and Kenny Anderson, and they had some decent seasons. Their early 2000s Nets made the finals 2 times, going up against the Shaq and Kobe Lakers and the Timmy D Spurs. Jason Kidd, Kenyon Martin, Kerry Kittles, and young Richard Jefferson were manning the ship there. 2 seasons later, we saw Vince Carter, one of the best journeymen ever, stop by in New Jersey, while Richard Jefferson started to come into his own. VC's last year with the team was Brook Lopez first, as we saw him make the all-rookie team and turn into one of the best back-to-basket bigs in today's game. In 2013, Brooklyn traded a package of players and draft picks to Boston. They thought they were doing a good thing, but those picks turned into Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown for the Boston Celtics, while Brooklyn brought in Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett, who were way past their primes. That hurts. In 2019, they were led by D'Angelo Russell with the bench mob Brooklyn Nets, and everybody loved them, while D'Lo had his best season. Moving on to the current day, the Brooklyn Nets have built a monster we have never seen before. In all the great Nets years throughout their history, we have never seen a team quite as talented as this current one. Kevin Durant's time in Golden State was as good as it gets, and they easily would have three-peated if it wasn't for injury. Kyrie Irving moved to Boston after falling out with the Cavaliers, and his time there wasn't too great. After years and years of grueling basketball and needed to drop 30 for his team to have a chance at a W, James Harden is now in Brooklyn, and this Nets squad runs deep outside of the top 3 main guys with extremely serviceable role players who will do their job. Kevin Durant is not only one of the best scorers in today's game, but many people consider him the best of all time, and that's completely fair. When it comes to 3-level scoring, you literally can't get better than KD. The elite efficiency as a 7-foot-tall 3-point shooter, whether it be catch and shoot or off the dribble, it doesn't matter. The mid-range ability is elite and there's no way to stop it. His frame and athleticism allow him to drive to the basket with ease, and his selflessness as a player and his fluidity allow him to score with or without the ball, which makes him so dangerous. He scores with ease like this thing is a hobby for him, a side gig maybe, like he's bored with being so good. James Harden combines elite playmaking with elite scoring ability and has every tool in the book. I'm not sure how many guys throughout the NBA's history are more talented on the offensive end as this guy is, or more talented than this guy is. As a superstar in the NBA, it is not only important to know how to put the ball in the basket, but also how to set your teammates up, and Harden does both of these at an elite level. In Houston, he showed this by having the ball in his hands for a ridiculous amount of time and having to carry teams, needing 30 minimum a night for his team to be able to compete. His insane talent level allows him to do that, but now with the Nets and with KD and Kyrie as his 2 main guys, he can relax at times and just run the point guard position. Again, his playmaking is so great, and with him at point guard, it allows someone like Kyrie to just be about a bucket, and much like the beard, Kyrie is all time in that category. In my opinion, he has the best ball handling ability of all time with elite shot making ability, and no one is staying in front of him with that stupid handle, whether that be in the post. He could play at the post as like a 6'2" guard, pull up or catch and shoot 3, finishing at the rim with either hand, playing in the mid-range. His game is really perfect next to Harden. And he's amazing and can drop 30 and not really even touch the ball that much. One of the most complete bags ever. I'm not sure what offense is better than this one all time. You could definitely say the KD Warriors, but when it comes to straight talent, I think this current Nets team really takes the cake. Not only are the individual talents as good as it gets, but they all work together. Harden can run the one to perfection, and KD and Kyrie have the shooting ability and overall scoring prowess to give you 30 before you can say Larry O'Brien, and preferably have a playmaker next to them, so that worked out. The Nets are locked and loaded and ready for next season with the championship on the brain. The Brooklyn Nets do have their weaknesses like defense and rebounding, and this will definitely be a concern with guys like Giannis and Joel Embiid in their conference who can go out their bigs. But one thing is certain, their offensive ability is elite and overwhelming. Harden at the one with elite scoring ability and passing ability, Kyrie with his crazy handle and efficiency as a scorer, and KD, who again many people call the best scorer of all time. plus Joe Harris, Blake Griffin, Bruce Brown, LaMarcus Aldridge, Paul Millsap, who they just got, plus many other players who can contribute. Even if you hate the squad because of how good they are, you can't deny their insane offensive talent, and they should be extremely fun to watch all year long. I love how the pieces fit, and I was wrong to say at first that they couldn't make it work, but we see now that they can in a short time together. Let me know in the comments below what you feel about this Nets team. Is this the best offense ever? Who is the best player on the team, and will they win it all this season? Thank you guys for watching. This has been Rashad with Hoops Times 2. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Peace out.